So a while ago now, probably like 3 months ago, I don't really know. We got a bunch of suspension stuff from Van Compass, but the shocks were not in stock at the time, so they sent us like half of what we ordered. And we finally just got the shocks, so I'm gonna get to work on installing those now. You guys run shock boots or no shock boots? Historically, I've done no boots. It's an easy way for dirty water to get into the shock. And the water can get out, but sometimes the dirt can't. And then it gets trapped at the bottom right in here. I am like all bundled up here today because the driveway is pure black ice because it's nice and chilly out there and it's wet. So I'm gonna try and get as much done as I can today. I'm gonna try and stay as dry as I can and see how this goes. We got our shocks booted up. The rear ones come with these spacer washers that you got to put between the shock and the van. I've got, I think, the tools that I'm going to need laid out. I got maybe appropriate clothing. I don't know. I'm hoping that I stay warm enough and I can power through this cold. Here's a side-by-side of one of the rear shocks. It's a little bit of an upgrade, I feel like. It looks like the factory one is very slightly longer. So that's centered on the edge of the table. That one's centered on the edge of the table. Yeah, it looks like factory one's slightly longer. We're not really after a shock length increase here. We're looking for better damping, more durability, and adjustability. We're gonna be traveling some rough roads, hopefully, in this rig. So I think we're gonna need this, or we're gonna really want it. Hopefully you guys will forgive me for not really recording the work here, but it's really cold, so I'm just trying to get this done as efficiently as I can. And honestly, it's really not that hard. There's a bolt on the top and there's a bolt on the bottom of the shock. I just wanted to show you a shot of what it looks like installed. And there it is. I'll show you the underside. See? It's just a bolt that goes through right here. And we'll see about those boots. I don't know if I'll keep them or not. But for now, they're on there. I wanted to show you guys the action on this tuning knob, I guess. It's so nice. Like it locks right in, like such a satisfying click. And then in position number 2, you can adjust with this smaller knob. Different click, just as nice. We're gonna have to do a lot of driving at different settings to see how everything feels and figure out what we like the best. So this is what the front side looks like finished up. So we've got the original. Well, this is not the original shock, but this is a replacement for the original one. And then this shock is an additional shock because there's a lot of weight up here. This is what was recommended to do, so this is what we're doing. We'll give it a spin in a little while and see how it does.
So as you guys can see, we are back with Rob's mom. Thank you. We're staying here again. Rob, why are we staying here?
It's freaking cold up here in New England, and our drain plumbing froze because it's outside of the van in an unheated space. It's underneath the floor and it's not insulated. That's by design, but I guess I never really thought that we would be
here
where it's so cold that it freezes. I showered the other day and the water never drained because the pipe going underneath the van that's connected to the shower drain was frozen into a solid block of ice. So the water couldn't come out the bottom of the shower, so it came out the doorway when I drove away afterwards. We moved back in here because we can't shower out there, we can't use the sink out there.
So the heater works fine. I mean, it stays nice and toasty in there for living and sleeping. Except it's a little drafty around the doors, but the plumbing is a problem. Like, I still work, so I would like to shower, and you can't do that if you have frozen pipes.
So, we got a heat tape.
Here.
I'm gonna install that on the drain plumbing. Okay, so I just want to give you guys a finished look of this heat tape installation. I don't remember if I recorded any video of just the heat tape, but now I've got it all insulated as well. I think I took some video of this, but this is the thermostat for the heat tape, so this is basically what tells it to turn on and off. And I got a little bit of spray foam up in here yesterday. It was really too cold to apply it, but it at least seems like it's sealed and it solidified. This is our drain plumbing all insulated. And I did the bottom of our gray water tank too. It's not very pretty, but hopefully it helps. It gets a little bit funky, like around some of these weird shapes and whatnot, but I did what I could. For now, it seems to be holding up, but we got a long road ahead of us.
So the thing is, I quit my job. I told you guys I was gonna do it, and I actually did it the day I talked to the recruiter for the job in Arizona.
We're going to Arizona.
If it's single digits there, I want a refund. Can you get a refund of a contract?
Only a store credit.
It's been a whirlwind of a week. Got an offer on the contract within like a couple of days, I think, of talking to the recruiter. So we're heading to Arizona. It's gonna be in Prescott, which is like at a higher elevation, so not as hot as Phoenix and some of the southern part of the state. So there's a lot of things to do, and we're excited to check it out.
The old van bed.
Loki's ready for warm weather and outside adventures. He can do outside adventures here, but it's a little cold. What do you think the skiing will be like in Arizona?
I don't know, like, I just imagine it's like sand dunes. Like, can we just, is there a way that you can do the sledding on the sand dunes thing? Because I want to do that.
So we're just relaxing tonight. I've got to go back to work tomorrow. I have 7 days left, which is quite sad because I love my job and I love where I work. So it's a little bittersweet, but it hasn't quite hit me yet. For now, I am gonna finish watching The Matrix. It's where the people get stuck in the internet, and see how that ends. What?
Okay, bye.